It is Wednesday, January 14th. I had some very good intentions of coming on this morning and, being pretty philosophical. And I don't really have anything too much to say. I am so glad I am off. So glad I am off. Trying to find clarity in this next step, this next direction. I'm looking at my vision board that is on the side of my favorite filing cabinet. Filing cabinet picked up for like $15 in an estate sale. My intention was I was going to paint it and decoupage it. Never got around to it. Sat next to Bruce's, my boxer who is no longer with us. Sat next to his crate for the longest time. Anyway, I have this vision board on here that pretty much represents my life I'm trying to live. I have that visual sequence of home, good living, fairy tales and magic, food and travel, and then content creating, photography, job intentions. I had said to somebody yesterday, one of my customers, I was listening, when you're behind the bar, you eavesdrop. That's part of being a really good bartender. And let me tell you, when I say, that I am still bartending at this point in life, it makes me just want to, because I would have thought by now that something else would have opened up. And although I am working towards other things, it is the one thing that I have been able to fall back on because there is consistency in that position. Although I will leave it and then go back to it. Anyway, so on and so forth. I'm looking at this vision board, trying to figure out what comes next. In the conversation I had with one of my customers yesterday, eavesdropping on what he was talking about, he says his brother retired at the age of 52. He was a finance planner, not an advisor, and he invested in real estate, and he retired years ago, and he was somewhere in the Maldives right now, living his best life. And I turn around and I look at my customer and I say, how really does that work? Because I don't think I do get to retire ever. Being 65 this July, I know what's in my retirement for right now. It's not enough to live on. It would be enough to, have an extra, but then that limits me from the amount of income that I can make, which I do not think is fair at all. And, I've said this jokingly, if I could go back and talk to Roosevelt, not Teddy, the other one, I would ask him, really, what were you thinking? It might have worked at that time, but it's not working now. It's almost a joke. So as I am looking at what's in my retirement and how I can possibly retire, sorta, kinda, within 5 years, that puts me at 70. And you can collect partial, but then you have to make under a certain amount of money. Who in their right mind can live on $1,200 a month? Because that's what the limit, I believe, is. You can only make $1,200 a month and then collect your Social Security. So I can collect full Social Security at 67, but it's at that point, depending on how I work between now and 67, because I made more money this last year than I've probably made, I don't know, in years. But, and although it wrapped up into the Social Security, and don't get me wrong, I'm still under the poverty level, which I think is funny. That whole bracket needs to change also. You know, when you say you were middle class, you're really talking about your morality and your ethics and, you know, the code that you have that you live by and your standard. But middle class and what your actual check is totally two different things. Income and socio-status, completely different. But by the time I'm 67 and I do get to collect, as of right now, I'm maybe $1,500 a month. And the little bit that I have, you know, and I laugh at that in my 401k, because where I lend my hand in the restaurant brewery, they set up a 401k, so that whopping $26 I have in there right now, which to me again is another joke. Why? And although I have inquired about Roth IRAs and ETFs, I'm still not in that position, although I'm trying. Haven't yielded like hundreds of book sales, although I would love to. If I could sell 100 books a month, that would help. That certainly would help. But looking at this vision board, I can tell you right now, if I do not take a trip real soon, I think I'm going to lose my mind. I need a trip. I need to get out of where I am to completely look at a different perspective, different surrounding, because I have so much going on up here in how I am trying to proceed for the next 2 years. And although I'm a firm believer, you know, build the life that you want to live so you never have to escape it. And you don't escape and then come back to the things that have broken you and made you sick. I'm off today. I really need to color my hair, but I'm going to let it go. I'm trying to figure out if I could let the silver streak, just the silver streak go. Have that skunk stripe. I think that would be nice. You know, in this lighting, my hair is still relatively blonde. It's just the top part is more darker, and I think I like it. You know, I was trimming on it again this morning, trying to let it grow out. It's been longer, but it's manageable right now, and then I can always throw it up on my head like I always do. Trying to look youthful, trying to maintain, now I got it sticking out. Trying to remain youthful, trying to blend in with everybody who's 20 and 30 years younger than me, trying still to be able to do my job. But being off today, I told the kid I would bake some cookies. I did not bake one thing during the holidays, and that is so not like me. I had asked him, I said, what do you want? And he said, I don't know, just make some chocolate chips. I'm gonna meet up with my friend Mindy tonight, and her and I are gonna grab a bite somewhere, catch up with her. I haven't seen her, I don't think, since before Thanksgiving. She's my friend from a long, long time ago. My ex-husband and her deceased husband were best friends, grade school. And her and I got to be really good friends when our kids were all growing up. We all have stair-step kind of kids. So I will catch up with her tonight. Keeping all options open for other jobs, because that's just who I am and what I do. Once I am not happy somewhere, I have no issue leaving it. Once I see writing on the wall and I can look through things that are not beneficial for me personally, why would I stay? Why would you stay? Why would you stay at a job that is mentally destroying you? You're not getting paid what you're worth, and you refuse to see it for how it is. I was listening to a couple of my favorite tarot card readers this morning because it is very entertaining. And if that's the cheapest entertainment that I can have in my life right now, I'll take it. I will take it. So what is being said in regards to my sign, that 2026, the year of the horse, it's a get up and go. It's a year of luck and finances and moving. I'll take it. For all of you women out there that are still hanging on to whatever your guy is telling you, disregard those words. Disregard what is being said or what you are being told. If you have a dream, if you have a vision, continue to work on the vision. And if all of a sudden you feel like you're not getting the attention that you need, and there's some wedge coming between you in order for you to jump through hoops to make that person feel more important, listen between the lines. What's he or she not telling you? I think it was yesterday or the day before I talked about comparisons and third parties and people that don't belong in the relationship at all. Notice how many times they're using that person as an excuse, using that person as a story that's being repeated, and how so-and-so did them so wrong, and why can't you do like so-and-so did, or why can't you create, why can't you be? Listen to how that is making you feel, and what competition is being put in place. And for those people that are jealous of you because you have found a way to break away from their matrix, keep going. Keep going. Don't take anybody back in your life that has abandoned you, that has betrayed you, that has done you so wrong that there's even no need for an apology at this point. Be mindful of those people who have helped, but really they only help for their own benefit. And then whatever predicament they got themselves in, when you decided you saw the toxicity in that, and they couldn't get what they needed when you were crumbling, you don't need that either. So as I was listening to my favorite tarot card readers this morning, there are people who are tripping over your life and how well you have come, how you have gotten over all the things that they would have never, ever survived. So, again, I'm looking at the vision board and bringing a vision to life first. That which precedes all others in time as an order of importance. First. What comes first? Doesn't matter who comes second. What comes first? Do you come first? Are you being put first? Unforgettable. What type of mark have you made on somebody? The impact that you have left in their life that they just can't get over. And there are certain words and things that were done between the two of you that you just can't shake. It's almost a real life haunting. It's unforgettable. Be that unforgettable person. Be that person that made that impact so much that they can't get over what they did to you, or how they backed away, or how they pulled the rug out from underneath you because they could not deal with whatever was going on in their life. Stand back, Give yourself an applause that you had that kind of impact on somebody's life. Travel, good travel, sea of change, new taste in travel, road food, road trip, a world away, enchanted by flavor, happy trails. Be the person to steal the show. Be the person that nobody can compare you to or with. Write it out. Start a journal. Start a blog. Take pictures of your life. Understand who you are. Understand why you personally do the things that you do. No one gets to hold you back. No one gets to tell you your dream is too big. Nobody gets to tell you, you can't do that. You're embarrassing yourself. Because when you have studied, when you have learned pattern recognition, when you understand who really is the most insecure in their own life, and God forbid anybody do better than they have, are those that have kind of cast doubt on you because they can't see anything outside of their own misery. Be the better version of who you know how to be, and let people see how you can cut them off, block them out, and move on to bigger and better things. Yeah, I think chocolate chip cookies today, maybe some oatmeal. Been craving some cranberry oatmeal cookies. I have a new recipe for that. Love to put a cookbook together. Would love to. But that's enough for right now. My 30 days of being present. And although you may not see me like doing a video, you'll see a lot of my shorts. I was so tired when I came home yesterday. I was in bed at 7:30 last night. I was done. That pain in my chest, I felt like I had a vice in my lungs. And I needed to just go lay down. I started using my steroid inhaler again, which I do not like to do. I really wanted to get out today and go running around, but if you're in the St. Louis, Missouri area, the air quality today is god-awful. It rained all night long, which I was thankful for, and I believe we're supposed to get about 3 inches of snow on Saturday. I'm home. I'm fine. I'll be home on Sunday, too. House is clean. Might order some things from Walmart this afternoon and have it delivered. The dog food, this is so random. The dog food that I get, you can either get an 18.5-pound bag or a 44-pound bag. They did away with the 32-pound. I'm like, well, I can't carry 44 pounds, at least not now I can't. I used to be able to when I had my horse and I had to get her 50 pounds. I maneuvered that well, but I can't do it anymore. Once you get away from all that strenuous stuff, man, you lose your strength quick. But there's a couple things I want to get from Walmart, and I don't really feel like going out, so I'm going to order some things today. Need to make a car payment this week. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's nice when you have the time that you can sit back and you can kind of make new plans. And I hope you are doing the same. I hope finally, you are becoming healthy. And you have come to a full-flavored agreement with your life on how you want it to work for you. It's important to understand that vision that you have for your life. It's important for you to have passion in your life, no matter what the age. And if you are healthy and you have a good mindset and you can be loyal, passion should be first and foremost in your life. Passion about how you live life, passionate towards who you are with and what you are willing to share passionately with somebody else. Be that unforgettable person. Not that you're looking for any extra accolades or any, oh my God, you are the best, the greatest, and the latest. Always know that you should come first. And how people look at you depends on what you are putting out into the world and how you want to be perceived in your image. Respect. People admiring your inspiration. People who want to be around you. People who want to be in your circle. People who want to see you succeed because they know how hard you have worked on your talent, your craft, and what you are giving back to those that are needing what you have to offer. But I'm Kitryn Marie. I am an artist, a writer, speaker, life and a business coach, reside in St. Louis, Missouri, off today, and I am thankful. Be thankful for everything that happens in your life. Remember, fate turns on a dime. It is up to you to decide what side of the coin you want to be on. If you are interested in any of my classes, a group painting class, I bring all the supplies to you. You pick your theme. It is $45. If you're interested in a private painting class, it's $65. You provide all the materials. If you are interested in a life coaching class where we put a vision board together based on character and behavior, where you've been in life, how you are a product of your environment, and what you are hoping to gain for the rest of your life. Knowing what's important, who comes first, what priority you should have in your life. It's $65. You provide all the materials. If you're interested in a business coaching class, it is a private class. It is typically $95, but right now, through March, I'm offering it for $65. It's a class, it's not a course. You know, take what you need, leave what you don't. We talk about your gift, your talent, how you can go live, how you can do video, how you can start a blog, how you can use social media to your best advantage, marketing, branding your identity, understanding identity is different from ideology, looking at what you have done, what isn't working, and what you can now do to make life work for you with the business that you were trying to put together. Reach out, kitrynmarie@gmail.com. I hope you do well today. I hope you think about all of your actions. I hope you think about all of those unforgettable moments that you cannot replace. I hope you are that unforgettable person, that your impact has been so rewarding in somebody's life. And I hope you are not the person that is being betrayed, where your loyalty did not count. You showing up in the position that you had didn't matter. And for those of you that are out there that are being put into some sort of comparisons and competitions, understand what insecurity looks like. Understand what gaining and needing attention feels like. But y'all take care, and I will see you real soon. Bye.